what the fuck is going on with these lotteries?
So the main allegations are illegal lotteries, misleading consumers, and fraud in terms of signing merch as Mr. Beast, selling that merch as Mr. Beast, but it's not being signed by Mr. Beast.
And may I add, as the parent in the room, absolutely predatory behavior to kids, which is generally protected under advertising laws and rules.
Absolutely. And so as we get into it, I think the first part to look at here is the illegal lotteries. So the thing we were talking about before the show was lotteries and the fact that they are fundamentally gambling. And what did you say about gambling?
Well, the house always wins.
Yeah.
So let's take lotteries in the UK and the US, right? So you have the National Lottery in the UK, you have the US Lottery, what is it called?
Powerball.
Powerball, thank you. They're both charities. And so the thing is, when you're playing a lottery, your chances of winning are 1 in 4 million.
In the UK.
In the UK, sorry. Yeah. So how many people in the UK play the UK lottery?
It's actually, I had to look this up and I had to verify it. It was astounding, but 45 million people regularly play.
Let's sit with this fact for a second. 45 million adults over 18. Are stupid enough to believe that they are the 1 in 4 million chance people that are going to win the lottery this week.
It's astounding.
The majority of adult population.
Staggering.
Right? However, obviously when all of them don't win every single week, that money all goes into a charitable organization, and the National Lottery does amazing things in society and spends a lot of money on great things. So you kind of don't mind. When you, as an 18-year-old, walk into a casino and spend your money, there are so many things, having been to casinos in Vegas, etc., there are non-stop things that they try and do to stop you from gambling.
Warning signs.
They encourage you. They give you warning signs. It's like smoking. They try and put you off this stuff. It's not good for you.
If you go on a gambling website, they make you verify that you're 18 before you can even play, and they give you a warning about how addictive gambling is.
Yes. So then let's compare all of that to what Mr. Beast does.
So Mr. Beast is doing these live stream illegal lotteries, which we can see here in this clip.
For those of you who are just joining, if you buy one of our limited edition 40 mil special shirts, we're celebrating 40 million subscribers with a really big video, then we will sign that shirt, and some of them will get random prizes like this. In 10 minutes, right, because we got to give them time to do their cart, we'll give 2 orders $500 each. 5 minutes, someone's getting $3,000 in their order. In 5 minutes, we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to put $1,000 in a random order. 2 minutes, newest order gets $2,000. Good luck, everybody.
And effectively what's happening is every 5 to 10 minutes, him and his team are saying the next person who buys one of these shirts is going to get one of these gifts. And we're putting all of the gifts into these parcels as we send them out. Now, there's no structure to what they're doing. And so everyone watching the show thinks the chances of them winning from spending $35 for the shirt and getting $1,000 prize or getting a Lamborghini, the gap between those two things is made from a psychological trick to be so close together that they are pumping their audience to put in money. Whereas in reality, not that adults are much smarter, in reality, adults do know the chance of winning is incredibly low. Whereas a lot of the feedback that they get on their channel is, my son or my daughter who spent my money really thought they were winning this prize.
And this is kind of the thing that I take personal umbrage with, right? So because of Heights, I've done a lot of work on researching the brain and all the newsletters I've written on the brain. There's an enormous difference between an adult brain, really over 25. Your brain is still developing until you're 25, right? But let's just say that over 18, you maybe start to make more rational decisions. In your teenage years, from 10 to 18, your prefrontal cortex and your hippocampus are still being developed. You are literally unable to make rational decisions sometimes. That's why juvenile prison and detention works, right? Because they're saying, listen, if you made that misdemeanor or that mistake under the age of 18, you weren't necessarily fully logical or rational to make that decision. We shouldn't punish you for your adult life for it. There is common sense behind that. Kids in that age range are so easily manipulated, and they are just learning how to deal with the swings of emotions and chemicals in their body, right? So the dopamine hits that are coming from the excitement and the idea of being next to win and all this stuff, they cannot compute things like a rational adult can. And this is why there are literal laws around lotteries, gambling, etc., to protect that age range. And this is just circumventing the whole entire thing. Why? To get likes and subscribes. It's pretty predatory on the exact kind of audience that the entire governmental system in every country is set up to protect.
And if we were to think now that a entrepreneur sets up a private lottery online, they would be met with disdain. They'd be met with parents, especially if it was targeted at children, they'd be met with so much negative press. And yet Mr. Beast wears his kind of shield of, I give out things to kids.
I mean, just think about the most successful and most celebrated entrepreneurs in the UK. Some of the most successful ones are the ones who run the gambling sites. And no one likes or respects them. They're vilified people, right? Britain's most successful female entrepreneur, I think, runs one of the largest gambling sites. And obviously people do not respect her because people think that gambling is not an appropriate way to make money off people.
And she's running a...
regulated, legitimate business within the parameters of the law.
Exactly, for 18-year-olds
totally.
and above. Whereas Mr. Beast is running one for children and tricking them into purchasing.